Hmm. All right. Shit. Hi everyone, and hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Dynamite or Might. I am Michael Cole, here with Tony Schiavone and with Taz. And today on Dynamite or Might, we are going to see, we're going to see the Allegheny Earldom fighter, whatever the English word is for that. I guess it would be waterway, waterway, earldom. But I think today we're going to hear from Mora, which is from Disney's Mora. And since she's going to be wrestling MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings, Michael Cole says. That's right, Tony Schiavone said, at WrestleMania, since Palooza is most likely some kind of Spanish borrowed word, and Mania is a Hellenish borrowed word. The English word would be madness. We're gonna she'll fight MJF or Maxwell Jacob Friedman for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. That's bound to be a good match or a great fight, Tony Schiavone said. You got that right, Taz says. It's going to be a good match or a good fight, Michael and Tony. I tell you one thing. I don't think Mora, however you say that Hawaiish borrowed name or Samoish borrowed name or Mari borrowed name or whatever, or Whittled Melanesian borrowed name or whatever borrowed name whatever speech it happens to belong to. It was borrowed into English. It's not an English name. I don't know how to say her name, but I know that she thinks she's going to become the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, and that's not going to happen, Taz says. Well, anyway, Michael Cole says she's in the ring now, and just to break it up to you, Taz, a lot of folks didn't think you were going to become a two-time ECW heavyweight fighter, and somehow you did. Michael Cole said. That's right, Tony Schiavone said. Some folks didn't think you'd become a two-time ECW Farseer fighter, and you did. And there been some folks that didn't think you'd become a two-time ECW tag team fighter, and you did. Michael Cole said. And one more thing, Tony Schiavone said. No one thought you would become a three-time WWF hard-made fighter or a one-time WWF tag team fighter, and somehow you pulled that all off, Tony Schiavone said. Yeah, and don't forget about how it's one time IWCCW light heavyweight fighter too, Taz says. Yeah, a lot of folks didn't believe I could win any of those winnings. So I did. But at the end of the day, I don't think Mora can beat Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So, Mora says, it seems that Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or known as MJF, apparently has this belief going that he's somehow going to surpass everyone else. Somehow he's going to surpass Roman Reigns as the WWE heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter for 900 days or 300 days as the WWE heavyweight fighter, 900 days as a world heavyweight fighter. He thinks he's going to surpass, I don't know, Braun Steiner as a two-time NXT heavyweight fighter. He thinks he's going to surpass Castrol, the OVW heavyweight fighter, or Brodus Clay, the NWA heavyweight fighter, whoever the MLW heavyweight fighter is. Somehow he thinks he's going to surpass all of them. He somehow also believes he's going to surpass Josh Alexander, the two-time IW heavyweight fighter. He thinks he's going to surpass all of them as the AEW heavyweight fighter, but I don't think that's going to happen. Just like he thinks he's going to surpass everyone as the two-time TWF heavyweight fighter and two-time world heavyweight fighter. That's just not going to happen. I'll tell you why. One, every man loses one day. There is no man or woman that is unbeatable, unyieldable, and unstoppable. I don't care what Roman Reigns, Josh Alexander, Casserole, Brodus Clay, Braun Steiner, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, has said. You know, they all come out, they'll all tell you they're unbeatable, they're unstoppable, they're unyieldable, no one can beat them, and, and they like to make it out to be that they're in some kind of God setting, some kind of unbeatable, unstoppable, unyielding setting. Like there's some kind of setting that they believe that they're on. And that's how they believe they beat everyone. Or that's how they believe they kept their winnings. Or that's how they believe that. And some of them might have teams that they surround themselves with to, be their underlings for them, be their henchmen for them, do all the dirty work for them, and they get the win. Or sometimes they don't. But they're all going to bullshit you. Well, except for Braun Steiner. He's the only good one out of there. Except for Brodus Clay, I guess, or Casserole. But, Roman Reigns and Maxwell Jacob Friedman, they will bullshit you. And Josh Alexander, they will bullshit you. They're the three that will bullshit you into believing that they're on some kind of setting where they're unbeatable, unstoppable, and unyieldable. Well, I guess Casserole probably believes that too. I don't know. So I'm going to ask you to come out here, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and sell me some bullshit. Like Roman Reigns has been selling for about 3 years as a 900 a day so 2-time world heavyweight fighter. Or the 300 a day so 4-time WWE heavyweight fighter. The same bullshit that Josh Alexander sells as a 2-time IW heavyweight fighter. The same kind of bullshit that you've been selling as a 1-time AEW heavyweight fighter. Yeah, come on and sell me bullshit. Just like I'm sure Brodus Clay is going to sell bullshit as the NWA heavyweight fighter. Or Casserole as the OVW heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. The same kind of bullshit you're going to sell as the 2-time TWF heavyweight fighter and world heavyweight fighter. You want me to sell you some bullshit. Alright, MJF says, time to sell some bullshit like you wanted me to do. Mora, the belief that there is no unbeatable man or unbeatable woman was laid to rest a long time ago. And we can look very far in the Holy Book. Now, I know a lot of Christendom folk and Jewish folk, which I'm one of them, and many Muslimish folk out there. They can say that no man or no woman is unbeatable. So there was Goliath, and there was David. And Goliath was a big man. Goliath had the upside. Yes, he was big. He had more weapons. He had fought in many wars. But somehow David got lucky. But when you believe in God, I guess there is no luck. Hit him hard enough with his round shot, killing him. Well, I'm glad you brought up that saga. That tale that every Jewish, Christendom, and Muslimish folk out there know all about. But if you're bringing on the belief that it's a one-sided thing, well then think again, MJF. Because since the end of the day, you're only a man. You're only a wrestler. You're a fighter. The bullshit you're going to sell me is going to be that you're unstoppable like Roman Reigns. Or you're unstoppable like Casserole. Or you're unstoppable like Brodus Clay. That's going to be the bullshit you're going to sell. Or you're unstoppable like Josh Alexander. That somehow, some way, you folks got this God setting. Or this unbeatable, unyieldable, unbeatable, unstoppable, unyieldable setting. Which is bullshit. See, all you heels out there, like to sell that. But the only truth is, it's called long time booking, long time writing. And let's be truly earnest about this shit. I'm gonna beat you. Then I'm gonna become the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Then there will be someone to onlook. Not you, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, because at the end of the day, there isn't really anything to onlook you for. You come out, you be a bully, you be a heel, you be a creep, you do all this shit. Why? Who knows? To get yourself over. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work. You might still be the AEW heavyweight fighter as of right now, but soon you're no longer. But soon you will lose the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings to me. Is that so, Mora? That I'm going to lose the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings to you? I don't think so. But I could tell you the last time we wrestled, I ended up keeping the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. Yeah, well, that's because you hit me with it the last time we were on the show. That you hit me with both of your winnings, got the match thrown out, you weakling. Well, here comes Astronema now, Michael Cole said, coming to the ring now. Let's see what she has to say. Alright, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. We heard quite enough out of you. We heard enough out of you too, Mora. Yeah, it is right. You did keep the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings the last time you fought Mora. But that's only Maxwell, because you hit her with the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. Right now, I say that that this match you will be in, you're not going to do that. Why? Because I will make it where it'll be a no throw out match. So, you can't get the match thrown out for doing something unlawful in the match. Oh, and you can't get a reckoning out either. It's going to be won by 1, 2, 3 or a yield. So tell me, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, do you feel lucky? You know? Because I truly don't think you do. So, unless you want to wrestle or fight here today, I tell you, you need to get out of the ring. Oh, Corone. Astronema, whatever you want to call yourself. I mean, you should talk. I mean, you got this ongoing bind with the Miz. You made the Miz wrestle all your friends and all your kin. But I'm not here, to bring any of that up. I'm not here talking about the law work, which I guess is on Kuska Wealth Team and the Toy Wrestling Gathering. Well, that's none of your business, Astronema says. I'm going to get the bun the Miz handled. You need to worry about your match with Mora for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings, Astronema says. And you know what Ecliptor says? You could show everybody what a bold fighter you are by winning it fairly. Because I would like to see how you win this match when you can't have a throw out and you can't have a reckoning out, Ecliptor says. I take my leave now, Astronema says. Shit! Stand up! You stand up. Stand up! What the fuck is wrong? Why don't you stand up, Ecliptor? Come on. Oh, because I shifted the hand up a bit. Well, it seems that Michael Cole says Astronomer has, put a new oversight on the match for Maxwell Jacob Friedman, so he can't win the match by a throw out or a track out. So he's gonna either have to make Mora yield, or he's gonna have to get the 1-2-3 on her. And sadly, I don't think a man like him can, without help. Michael Cole said. Well, that's what I believe too, Tony Schiavone says. Maxwell Jacob Friedman likes to behave as if he's going to surpass any other wrestler as a TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, and I don't think that's going to happen at all. But Mora still in the ring. Yeah, Mora said, I do think I do want to have a match with someone. Since I'm here today, and since someone else is here today, I do think I should have a match with them. So, if anyone does want to wrestle me here today, so I can show, what kind of good wrestler I am, or fighter I am, I wonder if someone's going to take me up on my dare. Well, guess who it is? It's AJ Styles. Well, Mora, if you want to have a great match or a great fight, you can take it up with me. All right. Well, we got this match starting now, Tony Schiavone says. Yes, we do. AJ Styles take down by Mora. Mora doing the drop kick. Mora body slamming AJ Styles, Michael Cole says. You should know, Tony Schiavone said, AJ Styles is a former four-time NWA heavyweight fighter, a two-time IW heavyweight fighter, and a two-time WWE heavyweight fighter. Well, that's right. AJ Styles has won all three big winnings, both in NWA, IW, and WWE. Michael Cole says. Yeah, Taz says. But why is AJ Styles choosing to have a match with Mora? Why is Mora choosing to have a match with AJ Styles very near to her match with Maxwell Jacob Friedman? I don't understand it, Taz said. AJ Styles got Mora. And down. Mora seems to be in a bind right now. Mora getting a body slam. AJ Styles looks like he's going to get ready to do the Styles Clash. Or I guess more like the Way Strike. Will he do it? Oh! Mora's going to be in some kind of bind here. Is AJ Styles going to get the win? He's going to do that phenomenal elbow that he's always been known to do. Oh! Will we get the 1-2-3? 1, 2. It looks like Mora kicked out, Michael Cole says. Yes, it does, Tony Schiavone says. It does look like Mora kicked out. Mora's getting her necklace off now. Looks like it did happen. Mora got AJ Styles. Down. Mora, the Samoa strike. Oh! On AJ Styles. Looks like this match is going to be over here, Tony Schiavone said. That's what it looks like, Michael Cole said. The Fight Keeper's got to track 1-2-3. Well, okay, Taz says. Well, I guess I'll give it to her. She's going to beat AJ Styles. That's going to be great. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Mora. And Mora has beat AJ Styles and has beat AJ Styles here today on Dynamite or Might, Michael Cole says. Yeah, Tony Schiavone said Mora was in a wrestling mood. She was in a fighting stand. Oh, shit. Sorry for clearing my throat. Oh, Nicholas keeps shitting over. There we go. And Amora beat AJ Styles here today on Power and Might, Michael Cole says. And I thought that was a good match we saw here today. Michael Cole said. I think so, Tony Schiavone says. I think it was a good match we got to see between AJ Styles and Mora here today. You know, on NXT. No, on Dynamite or Might. Sorry, Tony Schiavone, I made a mistake of the show. Well, Taz says, I can tell you one thing. Mora isn't going to beat Maxwell Jacob Friedman. She can say whatever she wants to say. Do whatever she's going to do. But at the end of the day, Maxwell Jacob Friedman will still be the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. Well, speaking of that, Michael Cole said Gorilla Monsoon is now going to be talking with Mora. All right, all right, Michael Cole, Tony Schiavone, I'm going to be talking with Mora here today on Dynamite. All right, Mora, you're going in to WrestlePalooza, which is some kind of Spanish borrowed word. The English word would be gathering, or whatever the English word for that would be. And you're going to be fighting MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, for the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight winnings. Yeah, well, I just had a great match with AJ Styles, former NWA, IW, WWE heavyweight fighter. I'm going to most likely probably say a former two-time world heavyweight fighter. So, anyway, I just had one hell of a match with AJ Styles, which some folks didn't think would ever go to WWE. That some folks didn't think would ever win either the NWA or IW or WWE heavyweight winnings, but he did. So, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, he seems to believe that he's going to beat me. But when Astronema took away the upside he had, he's going to either have to make me yield, which we all know he cannot, or get the 1-2-3 on me, which we all know he's going to have a hard time doing. You're right, Gorilla Monsoon said. Maxwell Jacob Friedman seems to think that being a bully, being a heel, and being a creep's the right thing to do. He behaves both as a bully and as a beaten. Has no shame for anything. Has no guilt for anything. Well, he is going to feel ashamed. He is going to feel guilty, Gorilla Monsoon, because once I beat him, then he'll have one thing to be ashamed and guilty of, not being a TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter. You hear that, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF? I'm coming for you. And then I will be the TWF heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter, and I will bring onlook to the winnings that you took away. Well, that's my talk with Mora from Disney's Mora. Back to you, Michael Cole and Tony Schiavone. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Mora here today on Dynamite. Or Might. And that looks like all the time we got here for Dynamite or Might. I am Michael Cole for Tony Schiavone and for Taz. We hope you like Dynamite or Might, and we'll see you tomorrow for Impact on Access TV or Smash and Inside Farseer.